Good morning. Hello. I believe it's just gone 8 o'clock. Hi, Tangi here, and welcome to Mindset Mastery Monday. Welcome to our friends on Facebook and hello to our friends on Instagram. It is Monday, the 9th of July, and it's wonderful to have your company. Good morning. Oh, we've got people jumping on. So I want to get stuck straight into it. This Monday, Mindset Mastery Monday, is really dedicated to real estate and property professionals that want to achieve their goals in the least amount of time. Now, if you're like me, you may have often wondered, how do the most successful agents or entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and game changers actually achieve the things that really matter to them? When I was a lot younger, I used to think that perhaps they had a success gene that I just wasn't born with. But I've come to learn they have three things. They have incredible belief in themselves. They actually believe that they are the creator of their own reality and not a victim of circumstance. They believe that life doesn't happen to them, that they go and make life happen. Number one, self-belief. Number two, they have incredible focus and discipline. They focus only on that which is going to elevate their ability to achieve their results. They block out all distraction, and the most successful people aren't interested in people pleasing. They really have learnt the art of saying no, something that I see as a coach all the time. We're often more interested in helping others achieve their goals, which is honourable, but not at the sacrifice of our own. And thirdly, they practice habits. They have rituals and habits that they do every single day to set themselves up for success. Good morning, Johan. Lovely to have your company. Johan's on both. Who else have we got here? Jax, Liz, beautiful. Great to have your company. So what are the most successful habits that these international game changers, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders practice on a daily basis? Well, a couple of years ago, a great client of mine, who's still a fantastic client, one of the top 20 writers in our country from a real estate perspective, shared with me this amazing resource called The Miracle Morning. This is a book by international author, best-selling author Hal Elrod. If you've read this book already, give us a thumbs up, both on Instagram and Facebook, and even write what difference it's made. Now, when I read this book, hey, good morning, Johan. When I read this book, I read it in a couple of hours. It's a really easy read. I quickly learned the fundamental habits that the most successful people on the planet practice. Now, Hal shares in the beginning of this book how he's actually died literally 3 times and has lived to write the book and tell the tale. Morning, Jason. Love to have your company, you beautiful thing. And so he's literally died 3 times. One time he was dead for 6 minutes, right? And he was at the peak of his life, 20 years old, award-winning salesman in a company in America. He used to sell knives for a living, had a beautiful girlfriend, and was hit at 80 kilometers an hour by a Chevy pickup truck and just completely damaged his brain tissue, ended up in hospital with multiple injuries. And the doctor told him, Hal, you may never, ever walk again. Now, Hal, the first thing that he did was he accepted that that could be his worst case scenario. He accepted it. He didn't defeat it. He didn't deny it. He just went, okay, I accept that. But then he did something that the most successful people on the planet do, is he made a different choice. See, the reason Hal Elrod was the #1 sales agent in the company he worked for is he studied the habits of successful people. And we're talking Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, whether they're entrepreneurs, thought leaders, or game changers. He wanted to distill, what do they do that has them be this successful? Now, what Hal discovered was there were actually 6 things that people did, but what Oprah and Richard and Steve and Mark Zuckerberg and all these people did was maybe 1 or 2 of these 6 things. So Hal thought to himself, morning, Catherine, how are you, darling? Hal thought to himself, what would it be like if I actually put all of those 6 practices together as a routine, as the miracle morning? And so he did. So in this book, Hal deconstructs a program called Savers, Savers. Now, since reading this book, I've practiced Savers in the morning. I've done mine this morning. I was up at 5:15, and I've got to tell you, it's an absolute game changer. If you're a real estate agent, leader, or if you're watching this and you're not in the industry and you're in business, leading your own business, or you just want to be successful in life, you want to practice Savers. So what is Savers? Savers is an acronym for the 6 steps for success that Hal has distilled from the top performing, business owners and entrepreneurs on the planet. Let's start with S, the first one, silence. He found out that most people actually meditated for at least 10, sometimes 20 minutes. Now, have you read this book, Catherine? The Miracle Morning? Highly recommend it for you and your clients. So meditation. Now, many people have the perception that meditation is sitting on a mound of saffron and omming your life away and hopefully, visualizing a bag of money and money falling out of the sky and falling into your lap. Or it might be for yogis or spiritual people. Meditation, put simply, is the ability to detach from thought. Because I don't know about you, but if you're like me, sometimes your mind is like a garden hose on full ball, out of control in your backyard. And it's watering the weeds, it's watering, the concrete, the fence, the letterbox, the neighbors, washing on the line. It's going all over the place. And meditation is the art of honing the hose and actually stilling the mind and focusing on nothing other than your breath, which helps us detach from that crazy mental activity. So the first step to the Miracle Morning is silence, meditating, detaching from thought. Now, if you're not familiar with this, or you've heard it and you're like, that's not for me, or I'm too active, there's a brilliant app called Headspace. It's an amazing app. There's a free trial that you can use, and it's a gentle guide on the art of meditation, and it breaks it down really, really simply. You don't have to be a swami to be able to meditate. I highly recommend it. So that's the first S. Good morning, Helen. Lovely to have your company. A for Savers is affirmation. Good morning, Julie. I was thinking about you last week. Lovely to have your company too. I want to have a chat with you this week. I'm coming into your office today. A is for affirmation, affirming who you are. Statistics say that the most important words you can ever say is I am ... whatever follows. You're really creating who you are. So do you affirm who you are, or are you listening to your subconscious mind that is saying, I'm fat, I'm unsuccessful, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm not this? This is going on in the background of our mind all the time. So A is for affirmation, affirming who you are and who you want to be, and just doing that as a daily practice. Thirdly is V for visualization. Now, you may have heard many times the power of a vision board. According to Patty Labrowski, who did an amazing TED talk called Drawing Your Future, she actually has discovered that if you have a picture or a vision board, I've got mine in front of me in my office here, if you have a picture for your life and what it is that you want to achieve for yourself in your future, you increase your chances of achieving it by 67%. 67%. That is pretty phenomenal. So just having a picture for your life and everything that you want in your health, your wealth, your relationships, your spirituality and contribution, your hobbies, passions and interests, looking at it every day, affirming who you are, believing that it's possible, increases your chances of achieving it by 67%. I'm looking at my vision board right now. I can see at least 5 things that I put on there a year ago that have manifested with ease, but also with discipline. So the power of visualization is incredible. We've also just started a brand new financial year. So I highly recommend you get yourself a canvas, get some old-fashioned, some magazines and some scissors, and start to create a picture for what you want your life to look like in 12 months' time. E of Savers is for exercise. Hi, Nancy. Lovely to have your company. By the way, if you have a vision board on Instagram or Facebook, give us a thumbs up. Let us know, and what difference does it make or has it made in your life? So we've done S is for silence, meditation. A is for affirmation, affirming who you are. By the way, a really good tip on that. On our phones, there's a voice memo. record you saying your affirmations. So some of mine are: I'm flexible and fluid, I'm vital and lean. I'm a loving and adventurous mother and daughter. I am an international thought leader and best-selling author. So they're 3 of mine. And you don't just say it, you got to really stand in them and believe them. If you record them in your voice and listen to them as you're driving, it really trains your subconscious brain to believe in who you are and who you're becoming. It's incredibly powerful. So silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise. Now, exercise is it. Like, if you only do one of these 6 steps to set yourself up for success, exercise. Because, as we all know, when we exercise, we release the good feeling hormones and endorphins like dopamine and serotonin. If you're having a crappy start to the day, getting up and exercising, I've done my exercise this morning and then I did 45 minutes of yoga. It's a phenomenal way to start your day. And just 20 minutes to start off with is incredible. So that's really important. R is for reading. So there's a saying in NLP: garbage in, garbage out, good in, good out. What are you listening to? Do you know that most people, when they get up in the morning, they wake up and within 30 to 60 seconds, they're on their phone? On what? Social media. This is the prime time where your brain is at peak state to think and discover and uncover like amazing opportunities. You will never see Mark Zuckerberg on social media within the first hour, because when we are on social media for that first hour, swiping left and right on Tinder, up and down on Insta and Facebook, every swipe you are making a decision. Every like, every love, every comment, you are using really important real estate of your brain that you exhaust before you've even innovated what it is that you want. Listen, I used to do it. I used to wake up, alarm would go off, and I would be having a look on social media. I've just stopped this. This doesn't happen until I've done my Savers practice. So R is for reading, or I like to listen to audiobooks. At the moment, I'm listening to, Mel Robbins, where she can't count the 5-second rule. Who has listened or read the 5-second rule? I'm going to share more about this in an upcoming Mindset Mastery Monday. The 5-second rule, a phenomenal way. Listen, if you're to start your day, if you're listening to this and you even struggle getting out of bed, let alone doing meditation, affirming who you are, looking at your vision board and exercising, if your struggle is just getting out of bed, I really encourage you. The first audiobook I want you to download after this recording or live webinar is the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. She literally says, when your alarm goes off, pretend you're at NASA and you're a rocket ship about to blast out of your bed, and you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're out. I did it this morning. It's a game changer, because what it does is it interrupts your neocortex of just your general thoughts and reasoning and rationale, resets it, and encourages you to get into action. Julie's laughing. What are you laughing about, Julie? Good morning, Taylor Bishop. Look forward to our coaching session at 8:45. So E is for exercise, R is for reading, but podcasts. Taylor, if you haven't listened to the 5-second rule and everybody else watching, I really encourage you to get it. Absolute game changer. I say that a lot, don't I? Game changer. Well, I'm a coach. I'm up to helping people change their games. And the final step for the Morning Savers program is scribing. Oprah Winfrey does it every single day. She's done it for literally 30 years. She has gratitude journals. Scribing what you are grateful for in your life. Now, I kind of can feel my energy changing, because this one is fundamental. We are, as a race, often so focused on what we don't have, what we should do, what she and he and they have that we don't have. And we rob ourselves of the beauty of being grateful and present to the miracle that we are and everything that we have. Taylor Bishop's giving us muscle arms. There is so much to be grateful for. We can literally think about a coffee and either order it or be down the street in 5 minutes and you've got 17 coffees to choose from. honestly, as a coach, I see this a lot. We are often looking outside of ourselves for our treasure and what's possible, and it really starts within. So scribing what you're grateful for, starting either writing down what you are grateful for, is one of the most phenomenal ways to absolutely change your state. Now, I want to share with you an app that I use that is brilliant for this. This is an app called the 5-Minute Journal. Most of you, I know you're watching this, you're time poor, especially if you're an entrepreneur or really playing a big game in your life. And sometimes these strategies just feel like too much. While Headspace is an amazing meditation app I mentioned at the beginning, that's all done for you. You just have to listen and follow. Affirming who you are doesn't take too long at all. Visualizing the future, you can do those two together, and visualizing who you are now. But not only visualizing the bank balance, the body, the relationships, the car, the lifestyle, the contribution, the service that you're providing. Every day is a gift to be treasured. Absolutely, Catherine. Not only do you want to visualize it, but according to Esther Hicks and Abraham, which is a stream of consciousness, check it out on YouTube, you want to feel the feeling state of having that life now. The law of attraction means that you are vibrating on the frequency of that which you desire. If there are things that you want to attract in your life, wanting them and needing them and desiring them won't make them happen. You need to get into the feeling state, the gratitude state of actually having them now, and watch what shows up. It is quite miraculous. Back to the final S, the 5-Minute Journal. You can see here this 5 app, and here on Insta, this 5 app. This is a 5-minute journal where every day you literally post a photo of your life, and it asks you a couple of things in the morning. The first thing is, what are you grateful for? You can write down 3 things you're grateful for. It can be really, really simple. So the second thing is, it asks, what will I do to make today great? And you can write down 3 things to make today great. And the third thing is the daily affirmation. So today I am, and you just write peaceful, grateful, powerful, courageous, spontaneous, thoughtful, loving, whatever it is that you feel you want to generate that day. And at the end of the day, you can write down, what were 3 amazing things that happened today? And this is a beautiful way to reflect on, well, what happened? They don't have to be earth-shattering. It could be just a gorgeous conversation with a stranger, or you put on a jacket and you found $20 in the pocket, or you really set an intention to land that listing or achieve that sale, and you made it happen, or you got a great referral, or you did your savers program. And then the final question, which I love, which always inspires us to reflect, is, what could I have done today to make it even better? And that just has us look, and then you can start to see any patterns that occur. So that is the Savers program. The best way to start your day to practice habits that put you in a phenomenal state of mind. Consider that first hour. Rather than dive into other people's lives on social media and use that precious real estate to make decisions that will drain your brain of its innovation and potency power, focus on meditating, detaching from thought, affirming who you are right now and in the future, visualizing the body, the life, the bank balance, the relationships, the lifestyle, the hobbies, passions, and interests, the contribution to humanity. Exercise, wake your body up, play music, dance, do yoga, go for a walk, get out into nature. Read or fill your brain with a podcast, YouTube, audiobooks. I highly recommend The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Phenomenal. Listen or read. And finally, scribe. Spend some time filling in your 5-minute journal app. It doesn't even take 5 minutes. It took me a minute this morning. Or if you're a bit more old school and you like a book to write in, you can also download or order the 5-minute journal physical book, which is in the same format, or just get yourself a great, exercise book or diary, and just write down the things that you're grateful for. If you're watching this and you're feeling crap, one of the best ways to elevate your state is to have an attitude of gratitude, because your attitude determines your altitude. And when we start by being grateful for the fact that we're alive and everything else is a bonus, it can only be up from there. One of the habits that I practice is the moment I wake up, I do my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, NASA, my feet hit the ground. When my left foot hits the ground, I say thank. When my right foot hits the ground, I say you. I'm literally saying, wow, thank you. Thank you for another day to be alive. Thank you for another day to hang out with the man that's lying next to me, play with the kids and the dogs that are in my house, and be of service to my clients and my community, and experience the wonders of life. There is so much to be grateful for. If you're striving to achieve, maybe you're feeling unfulfilled, I invite you just to rewind and start by getting those really simple, basic things right. So, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, he has deconstructed the 6 ingredients to really powerfully start your day. I do believe it's called the Miracle Morning because miracles start to happen when you practice savers, whether it's for 6 minutes or 60 minutes. My routine typically goes for about an hour and a half every morning. There is even a version, there's even a version for real estate agents. If you want to practice savers and get specific information to how to achieve success as a real estate agent, there's also a version there. So I'll drop the links in this video and you can get a copy of those books. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, please let me know. Now, we have 2 questions to answer today. Thank you for that. So I want to hear from what I've already shared. What did you get for yourself? What do you practice, if any of those 6 things? What can you hear that if you did practice, it would actually really make a difference? Please let me know, and I'd love to hear from you. So one of these questions here is, we'll see if we can get through both. I want to learn and implement discipline and ensure I'm not letting myself down by taking on too much. So this is from a successful real estate agent in Australia who has reached out and said, you know, playing a big game, I just want to make sure I'm not taking on too much and I don't want to let myself down and I want to be disciplined. So I'm going to leave names out though. My first feedback to you is I acknowledge you for really being committed, right? Because you're playing a game of having an amazing life for yourself, but you're conscious that you want to do it thoughtfully and productively and not at the cost of something else. So that awareness is really going to set you up beautifully. The first thing we need to establish is your why. Why do you want this kind of lifestyle? What's at stake for you? And what would you love to achieve? So really always come back to why are you going to do what it takes to have this incredible lifestyle that you desire, and define why it matters to you both personally and professionally. And one of the things that real high achievers do is they overcommit. They have too many things that they want to achieve. They dilute their potency and power and end up not being really effective at much at all. Does that sound familiar to anyone watching this? If it does, give me a thumbs up and let me know. So I like to practice the art of the 3 steps for success, which is an NLP practice from Tony Robbins, which is, what are your standards? And those who know me and are coached by me, who are even online, you'll know this, and here's a refresher. What are your standards? What do you really want for yourself? What are you visualizing for yourself? You must have some strategies to fulfill it. Now, one of the strategies I would say here is an ideal week. Reverse engineer all the things that you need to do both personally and professionally in your diary. Now, I did a number of coaching sessions last week, and 2 of them were saying, you know, I said, how's your ideal week going? They're like, oh, it doesn't work. My ideal week, it doesn't work. And I had to do some straight talk. The ideal week works. You don't work it. So it's no point just having this pretty color-coded plan in your week and saying that I do my ideal week if you just don't follow what each of those colored steps are telling you to do. Tom Ferry, the #1 real estate coach on the planet, sat down with his PA and distilled that he has 175 tasks that he needs to do in 365 days. Some are daily, some are weekly, some are fortnightly, some are monthly, some are quarterly, and some are annually. He then plotted the daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, annual tasks in his schedule with the help of his PA. And now hey Tina, look forward to taking you out for dinner tomorrow night. Now he just shows up and follows what's in his schedule. But his standard is he does it. See, if you want to achieve the things that matter to you in your life, the reason why you're not is A, you don't have a strategy to do it. B, you're focusing on too many things. And C, you have a lot of shoulds. I should get up when my alarm goes off. I should do my prospecting. I should clean out my emails. I should exercise. I shouldn't have that glass or second bottle of wine. And your life lives inside of a world of shoulds. Good morning, Matthew. Lovely to have your company too. And as Tony Robbins says, when we are going through our day going, I should do this, I should do this, I should call them back, I should call my mom, I should buy that card, I should send that thing, we should all over ourselves. We make a lot of noise in our subconscious mind that confuses the hell out of us and what we're supposed to do. If you want to achieve these things that are important to you, you must define your musts. What are your musts? What must you do? See, for me, I must get up and do savers. I mustn't get up and get on my phone and start swiping through social media because I know that that is prime time, prime real estate for my brain to be innovative and on track and focused. So I must do savers. It's a non-negotiable. So having defined musts, having an ideal week where your time is really strategically planned and then sticking to it. And let me tell you, it's a discipline. It's a habit. They say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Do you know what that actually means? Every time we think things and do things, we are building neurological pathways in our brain. Literally, our brain is building fibers to connect to our peptides that fire a chemical reaction to have us act a certain way. So when you've heard the quote, it takes 21 days to create a new habit, this means when you practice something for 21 days consistently, that's how long it takes to build new neurological pathways for your brain to decide what it's going to do when and to build solid habits. So it takes practice. It takes practice to put in your ideal week, to start your day the savers way and increase your chances of achieving your success in the least amount of time. There are going to be times when you don't feel like it. You won't feel like getting out of bed. You won't feel like exercising, especially when it's, bleak and cold and winter's doing what winter does. You won't feel like it. But I promise you this, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, they didn't let their life be depicted by how they feel. Mel Robbins talks a lot about this in the 5-second rule. They go beyond their feelings. They stick with their why. They have habits that are musts, that are non-negotiable, and they just do it. And if you practice it every single day for 21 days, you've literally hardwired your brain to be more successful. If you're listening to this and you think, oh my God, 6 things feels way too many, start with 1 and build upon it. Which one would you do? Would you meditate? Would you affirm who you are? Would you visualize your future? Would you exercise? Would you read or listen to podcasts? Or would you scribe the art of gratitude and be grateful for the life that you had? If you only start with 1, my invitation is start getting physical. Sound like Olivia Newton-John. Start by exercising, oxygenate your blood, release those dopamines and serotonins, and your subconscious mind will thank you because you've gone beyond thinking about it and you've actually done something about it. And you can build on that 1 platform every week. You can exercise for a week, and then you can build in exercise. And the second one I would recommend is meditation. Do that the next week. And then the 3rd week, exercise, meditation, and the gratitude journal. They're the top 3 ones that I would recommend if 6 feels like too much. So I hope you found that useful. If you want to achieve the greatest success for yourself and your life, practice savers. This is a movement that hundreds of thousands of people around the globe are practicing. #the Miracle Morning. It is a complete way to achieve your personal and professional goals. If you have found this useful, please give me a thumbs up. Hey, Chris. Lovely to have your company. If you know someone that either is struggling in their business and life and you think that these tools and resources or insights that I've shared today would be beneficial, tag them, share it. I'm here every Monday. And if you have a mindset question, something you're stuck with, something you're oscillating with, you need some strategies or just some feedback or support, direct message me or email me at tanja@tmjcoaching.com.au. I will answer your questions confidentially. No names are mentioned. I'm here every Monday, 8 o'clock till 8:30, sharing things that I know really work for myself and those that I have the privilege to serve, and more those that I learn from. So hope you found that useful. Thanks for the thumbs up. Miracle morning, exactly, Rebecca. Nice to see you. Have an amazing week. Really have an amazing week. I wish you much love, and here's to your success. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Take care, everyone. Now we do this awkward, let's pretend we're not pressing goodbye button.